Hi, this is Scott again, and I want to share something with you. I'm just out here with the puppies again. And many of you struggle with the difference between the Great Reset and NESARA. The Great Reset would be, if it was going to go through, and they've done a few things about it, but frankly, it's already been killed. Every time the inflation goes up in a dramatic fashion, and the gas prices go off and all that stuff is happening, their system is dying. They're going to lose every bit of the elections. All the idiots. We're not just talking about Democrats. We're talking about Republicans as well that are just slime balls. All of those people have lost every bit of goodwill they might have ever had. I mean, we're screaming them down left and right. But here's the real key out there that's happening. When you think about a great reset issue, the Great Reset is really about a digital currency. And nations all over the world are creating a paper currency that has an amazing symbols on them. And you're like, that is a response of a physical gold-backed or precious metal-backed currency. People say to me, Scott, I've heard you talk about this many times. And I'm going, do you want to have the best answer for why NESARA GESARA is actually occurring right now as we speak? The BRICS nation, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and I mean, I think there's like 30 or 40 nations. I mean, I can't even keep up with the number. They just keep adding all this stuff. They are squeezing the fiat currency out. In the UK, today is Tuesday the 27th. The UK's number for the amounts are so low that they haven't even been this low. I think it's like $1.03 or something like that. They haven't been this low since 1971. The American currency is worthless. All of that stuff is a perfect setup for just the killing of the idiot, ridiculous currency that we have right now. All the fiat is dead, and it's going to be so good for you, because what will happen is the EBS will go off. We will switch all the banking. The banking's already going through it, guys. You have no idea. They've been doing this for months. One piece at a time, they've been taking out, going into a new system. I have reports from bankers and people alike. They're talking about, oh, yeah, I couldn't use my credit card today because they were moving into a new system. Now, most people, some truthers are out there trying to say, the whole systems will go down. You'll be down for weeks and you should get physical currency. That is the stupidest idea in the history of the world. Listen, if you believed that NESARA GESARA was going to be down, and the systems were going to be down for 3 weeks or whatever, and you got a physical currency, you couldn't really spend it because the other currency would be already out. And the answer is, they've already figured out a pattern of this. I mean, I worked in a parts evaluation lab, so they would tend the parts, then they would put it on a board, and you tested each phase of that circumstance. Then you put it on. Then you put the board on a huge board, and you tested it before you plugged it in. So you were testing every single phase of this issue. Don't believe that they haven't been testing it bank by bank by bank. And when the final QFS point, the power goes on in essence, okay, so we'll use electronic terminology. When that happens, it will just be instantaneous, and it wipes out the debts, because the debts cannot pierce through the quantum financial system. It just can't do it because it's blockchain. The debt just can't go through, but your asset is inside of the quantum financial system. Shh, stop it. Sorry, the dogs were barking at something. And they can't, the debt can't pierce through it, but your asset is yours. It's yours. It's no one else's. The credit card ability is yours, but the payment to these idiot cabal is not coming through. And then all that's left is a gold-backed currency that is going to be revalued in incredible higher amounts every single time. I mean, they'll have a setting. Now, gold back in March, gold in Russia was, and I'm not going to do it perfectly right, I think it was like 5,200 rubles to an ounce of gold, and it might have been the metric, version of that. But just think about that number. It's just a crazy high number. So trust me, there are amazing things happening. The EBS will also show off the stupid, and we'll get back to that system. We will get back to the great systems of we'll kill off the election fraud and all the sickness that's happening. Now, TikTok hates my guts because they keep bouncing videos off and I can't even keep them out there. So guys, just listen in and wait for it. It's gonna be great.